Hello, dear students. I'm back with a new topic, which is how to create a comic strip in 6 simple steps. Everyone loves a good comic. Whether you are a comic book geek or just the casual reader of a comic in your local newspaper, comic strips are great. But before we move ahead, we need to understand what comic strip is. A comic strip is a sequence of images with a small amount of text in each box. This text is normally inside balloons or written as captions. Comic strips are a form of storytelling which uses drawings or cartoon characters to tell a story. So, let's get started with the steps to create a comic strip. Step 1. Write your ideas for your comic. A comic strip is no different from writing a short story. It still needs a beginning, middle, and ending. Because this is a 3 frame comic strip, break your story down into 3 parts. Write down your ideas for the characters, settings, expressions, and even speech. Make sure each part has some action and that your ending is powerful with an awesome punchline. So, step 1, write your ideas for your comic. Step 2, draw the 3 frames. On a new piece of plain paper, draw your 3 frames using a pencil and a ruler. Make sure each frame is equal size. You can even put small light marks on the paper to mark out where the speech bubbles will go. As a bonus step, you might want to make your frames twice as big as you want them to be, so you don't run out of space. So, step 2, draw the 3 frames. I hope you all are enjoying the process. Fine. So let's move on to the next step, which is use basic shapes to draw. One of the hardest parts of creating a comic strip is drawing out your characters. We recommend you use basic shapes to draw out your characters. As this is your first comic strip, you might even want to use stick figures to keep things easy. Also, sketch in the speech bubbles and any starburst for sound effects. Oh, and don't forget, please use a pencil at the stage so you can erase any mistake you do as you are a beginner. So, step 3, use basic shapes to draw. Let's move on to the next step, which is add in the speech and lettering. Now, add in the lettering for your speech into your speech bubbles. And don't forget to double check your spelling. Don't do mistakes. Remember, the size of your lettering could show whether a character is shouting or whispering. For example, lettering in full capitals show that your character is shouting. So, step 4, add in the speech and lettering. Step 5, add detail to your cartoon. Now, go back to your characters and add any extra detail you need, such as facial expression, movement lines, shadowing on the floor, and also draw in the background for each frame. So, step 5, add detail to your cartoons. Step 6, go over your comic in pen. Now, you can finally use a felt tip pen to go over your pencil drawings and rub out any pencil line. Your first ever comic strip is now complete. Well done. You can leave it as it is or even add some color. So it's all up to you. Now, the question is how to make this comic book. So let's understand the process. After learning how to create, let's learn how to make a comic book. So pile together at least 3 A4 pages. This will give you 12 pages for your comic book. Then fold all of them in half. Step 2. Staple the folded papers together. This should give an A5 size booklet. Then fold the area with staples in slightly like in the image given. So this is how you have to fold the area with staples. I'm sure you all are getting it. Then step 3. Fold another A4 paper in half. This paper will be for your comics cover. We used an A4 piece of card to give our comic book a sturdy cover. Then apply glue on the tiny folded over part of your booklet on the side where you can see the staples. Next, stick the cover and booklet together to form your comic book. Sketch out your cover using a pencil. And now the fun part. Outline your pencil drawing with a pen and then color it in like a coloring book. So you all can see when you color it, it looks so attractive. Plan on your comic on a separate paper. You should idly plan out each frame. Think about what the characters will say, what the scene might look like, and any other small details. For inspiration, take a look at this post on how to come up with good ideas. So once the planning is done, sketch out your frames and cover over them in black pen. Draw in your frames using a pencil. Remember to include speech bubbles, special effects, and facial expressions on your characters. Very important point. Once happy, outline the drawing with a black pen and color it in using your favorite colors. So carry on doing the same with the other pages in your comic book until complete. So your comic book is now complete. Now that you have done your first comic, don't stop now. Create your own comic book collection and amaze your friends with your bedazzling storytelling skills. Making a comic book is a great school project which can be applied to any lesson. So keep exploring. I hope this session was useful for each one of you. Thanks for watching. Take good care of yourself. Bye.